shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
It feels cooler out there this morning. Temperatures are good 15 to 20 degrees cooler in a few places, but we're still looking at a nice warm Easter weekend. I'll walk you through the changes.
Possible cuts to staffing, proposed budget cuts at Wake County Public Schools. The meeting happening tonight where you can give your input.
And concealed carry concerns, pushback against a bill that would lower the age and requirements for a concealed carry weapon. The advocacy groups protesting the bill today in Raleigh. 4:30 is the time. Today is your Wednesday here. We all get over the hump together. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Renee Chu. Assuming no protests against the weather, it's feeling very comfortable. We're a little cooler than yesterday, but it'll warm up. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. I did put on a jacket today.
And me too. It's definitely going to be a gorgeous day for today. We take a live look at downtown Raleigh. Zoomed in on the flags here. You can see those moving around. It was really windy yesterday afternoon. It'll be breezy today, but not quite as much wind as we saw yesterday. As a matter of fact, officially at RDU, the wind is calm right now. Our temperature of 52 degrees. It's 50 in Southern Pines, 45 in Roxborough, 47 in South Hill, 50 degrees in Goldsboro and Rocky Mount. But these temperatures will continue to fall, and we're 20 degrees colder in Roxborough than we were yesterday, so running anywhere from around 15 to 20 degrees cooler. That's a pretty significant difference. We'll drop even farther overnight tonight. So frost advisories in effect for our western counties. Did you think we were done with the frost advisories? Well, it is still that time of year. This afternoon, our high temperature will be in the mid to upper 60s. We'll talk about a big warm up just in time for the holiday weekend.
I was hoping we were done, but apparently not. Elizabeth, thank you. Breaking news right now, Raleigh police are investigating a crash on Glenwood Avenue near Peace Street. Video from the WRAL breaking news tracker shows the scene around 3:30 this morning. 2 cars were involved in the crash. No serious injuries were reported. It's not clear at this point what led to the crash.
Covering Wake County for you. You can share your thoughts tonight about possible school budget cuts and what they could mean for your kids. WRAL's Laura Levine joins us live now this morning. Some of those proposed cuts, Laura, would include staffing and supplies.
Jeff, good morning. Wake County Public Schools is facing some significant budget challenges, so families as well as educators and staff are invited to come out here to Abbott's Creek Elementary School to share their needs in order to provide the best experience for students in the classroom. So the school board needs a $60 million increase to maintain the operating budget, but the superintendent's proposal only requests $40 million, which cuts to employee benefits and staff reductions. I spoke with the Wake County president of the North Carolina Association of Educators, and she says that they are advocating for a, quote, no cuts budget, urging the county commission to fully fund the school district's request. She also emphasizes the importance of maintaining employer-paid dental insurance and retaining essential staff like building substitutes, clerical staff, and school social workers.
The proposals for strategic repurposing includes cuts to employee benefits as well as reduction in force. And we know that we need more professional educators in buildings rather than less right now in our schools. So it is difficult decisions and frustrating, particularly for educators who work in schools with students every day.
So this informational session here at Abbott's Creek Elementary School will run from 6:15 to 8:15 tonight. Then there's one more public session with board members before they have to finalize their proposal to send to county commissioners for approval. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Today, 3 advocacy groups will be at the NC State Capitol to call on lawmakers to reject a proposal for new concealed carry laws. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey joins us live from the Capitol building in Raleigh, where people plan to protest later this morning. Kelsey.
Yes, Renee, our NC Capitol team has been following a bill that's been going through the House and Senate for a long time now. And this morning, we're expecting to see hundreds of people here at the Capitol building advocating to block this. So we'll take you to some video now of folks protesting a couple of years ago against gun violence here in downtown Raleigh. The group Moms Demand Action is coming back to Raleigh. They're partnering with other organizations to keep legislators from changing state gun laws. Right now, if you want to conceal carry in North Carolina, you have to go through several steps. You must be at least 21, go through training, and receive a background check. Republicans are trying to appeal that. The new age would be 18, and a background check and training would no longer be required. Republicans say that process just takes too long, but critics of the bill say otherwise.
People say there's no good reason to take away these classes that make people prove that they know how to handle this gun, prove that they know the laws about when you can and can't shoot someone, when you can and can't carry a gun somewhere, that there are good reasons to have these rules in place.
The House and Senate have advanced slightly different versions of this same bill, but neither one of them have passed a full vote. So we'll be sure to keep you updated on that, but it could be happening any day now. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Two people accused of killing a man in a road rage shooting on I-85 in Granville County will make first court appearances today. Travis Jones and Marquita Blue are both charged with first-degree murder and firing into an occupied vehicle. Investigators say 63-year-old Broderick Hines was shot and killed during a road rage incident. It happened in Butner Monday. Hines was taken to the hospital where he died. After talking to people who saw the shooting, investigators were able to track down Jones and Blue.
Today, the state Senate's $32.6 billion budget proposal will go to the full chamber for debate. A final vote is not expected until tomorrow. The budget sees $700 million going toward Helene recovery, while raises for teachers and state employees would be smaller than what we've seen in recent years. Senate leaders also say the budget would double down on more cuts to things like income taxes.
Opening statements begin today in the trial for a man accused of murdering a woman in Johnston County. Dorian Thomas is charged with killing Emily Steinhoff. It happened during a custody dispute between Thomas and Steinhoff's sister in March of last year. This trial is expected to take 2 weeks. If convicted, Thomas could face life in prison without parole. WRAL's Chelsea Donovan will be in the courtroom today for those opening statements. You can look for updates on WRAL News from 4 to 7:30 this evening.
Covering Wake County, people living in eastern Wake County have a chance today to share their input on the future of the area. Wake County leaders will hold a community meeting for feedback on how the unincorporated area should grow and develop. The meeting is happening tonight from 4:30 to 6:30 at the Eastern Regional Center on Dogwood Drive in Zebulon. The Eastern Wake Area Plan is located in the northeastern portion of the county. It is bordered by Johnston, Nash, and Franklin counties. The study area is a little more than 72 square miles with a population of nearly 17,000. The draft plan on how the land will be developed is expected by the end of the summer. Today, student athletes from across Wake County will compete in the Special Olympics Spring Games. It's happening at Green Level High School in Cary. Students from all across Wake County will compete in a variety of events. Before the games, there will be a ceremony to recognize Green Level High for its involvement with Special Olympics.
Two shootings 1 year apart, and now a community in Texas is reeling after another shooting at that same high school. What we've learned about the people shot and the person police finally have in custody.
Town hall protest. What led to police using a stun gun on 3 people during an event held by Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene.
It's going to be sunny and cooler today. This is a live look in Lewisburg. Good morning to you. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will be back after the break with who could see some patchy frost tomorrow morning as we have a midweek cool down.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
It is 4:41. Temperatures are cooler this morning than they were yesterday, so you may want to grab a jacket on the way out the door. But it's pretty out there. Our skies are clear here in North Hills. And so, of course, we do have the top of the tower here in our backyard lit in blue to signify those clear skies. Town by town, temperatures are mid-40s to around 50, but temperatures will likely drop a bit more over the next couple of hours. So we should see widespread 40s as most folks are heading out the door closer to 8 o'clock. 52 in Durham, 49 now in Holly Springs. It's 50 in Garner, 46 in Cary, and 50 degrees in Rocky Mount. Hour by hour, our winds will be gusty, but not as much as yesterday. Boy, it was really windy. Still, winds will be gusting up to around 20 miles per hour, and keep that in mind. Our school day forecast, chilly this morning and a cool afternoon in the upper 60s.
The judge presiding over the case of a man who was mistakenly deported by the U.S. government to a prison in El Salvador says she is weighing contempt proceedings against the Trump administration. She's asking the administration to turn over evidence of their efforts to bring Kilmar Abrego Garcia back to the U.S. Crowds rallied outside the court in Maryland yesterday. Support of Garcia, along with his wife, Jennifer, were calling for his return.
I will not stop fighting until I see my husband alive.
Garcia's case marks the first time the Trump administration has admitted to mistakenly deporting someone. Despite admitting the mistake, calling it an administrative error, the White House has maintained the U.S. has no power now to return him.
4 students are recovering and a person is in custody after shooting at a Texas high school. It happened in Dallas at Wilmer Hutchins High. Ages of the injured students range from 15 to 18. 3 of them were shot, including a boy who was shot in the leg. Officials have not released any information about the shooter. The school is the same one where a student was injured in a classroom shooting last year.
3 people were arrested and others were removed during a town hall event hosted by Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. Police say 2 men were taken down by a stun gun after tensions rose at this event. Officers say the men physically resisted being removed, which led to confrontations with officers. Police say a woman was also arrested, but officers did not use a stun gun on her.
After decades of talk, a Capitol Boulevard toll road may become a reality between Raleigh and the Franklin County line. WRAL's Destiny Patterson talked to drivers about how this could impact the commute.
Up to 75,000 cars could pass through Capitol Boulevard by 2040.
What it comes down to is that it's horrible.
Like everywhere you go, it's traffic, it's nuts.
It's horrendous at times.
To address that, transportation crews studied how a toll road would work from I-540 to the Franklin County line.
That's too expensive for what's going on right now. It's too much.
Do I want to deal with the traffic or do I want to pay a fee?
There are 2 ways to go about this. Either everyone pays a fixed rate or just the drivers who take a paid express lane. Tolls on those lanes could change throughout the day based on traffic.
1 paved lane would be so much better. Yeah, and I think people might use that.
I definitely wouldn't want to go with all the lanes. So you had that option. If you don't want to spend the money, you can spend the time.
The North Carolina Capital Area Metropolitan Planning Organization has tried upgrading the U.S. corridor to a highway since the early 2000s, but rising costs have caused several delays. The project went from $93 million to $1.3 billion.
Well, do we want to wait 2 more years for what is most likely another delay to the project and another delay and another delay?
That was WRAL's Destiny Patterson. The earliest any of these expansion options could happen would be about 8 years from now. Almost all of the options would require changes to state law.
Governor Josh Stein says he will start on home reconstruction in western North Carolina, even without federal help for Hurricane Helene. Stein sat down with WRAL's Lena Tillett for a one-on-one interview. He serves as co-chair on President Trump's Council of Governors, which is looking at ways to get federal aid to communities quicker. He says the group's suggestions will take time to get through Congress and government agencies. That's time Helene victims say they don't have.
That's the number one difficulty facing either state or federal support, is the money never comes quick enough. And the longer it takes for money to come back to a community, the more businesses that will never open their doors, the more people who will flee the community because they have no housing or they have no employment, and they'll go to who knows where. What we don't want is wholesale abandonment of Western North Carolina. We want to get the resources there as quickly as we can.
And you can watch Lena's entire interview with Governor Josh Stein on WRAL.com.
6 months after Hurricane Helene's historic impact, the resilience and dedication of line workers continue to shine. Leaders are recognizing the efforts of line workers to keep the lights on for North Carolinians in the face of a historic storm season last year. In celebration of National Line Worker Appreciation Day this week, a bucket truck display is set up in front of the North Carolina Legislative Building.
That day I realized it was a catastrophic event. I'm originally from Florida, and I've never seen any kind of damage like this ever in any hurricane.
State leaders met line workers from several utilities, including two who hiked 2 miles to restore power for the VA hospital.
4:47, the time on a Wednesday morning. Right now, if it was your garbage day yesterday, I sure hope you survived it with those high winds blowing those cans all over the place. Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Is that wind going to calm down today?
It is. Yesterday, our highest gust at RDU is 38 miles per hour. And so that's definitely something that you notice. Not so much, a lot of damage. It's kind of a inconvenient kind of wind that we saw today. Gusts up to around 20 miles per hour. So just not quite as messy out there. As a matter of fact, you can take a look at the flags here in front of the gorgeous historic town hall in Zebulon, and the flags are pretty still. 52 is our current temperature, but watch where our temperatures are headed. As we get into 6, 7, 8 o'clock, we'll likely see temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, and that's chilly. That's definitely, in my book, jacket weather. Around town this afternoon, comfortable, 68 in Raleigh and Durham, 72 in Fayetteville, so pretty similar to what we saw yesterday. If you're headed out to the Durham Bulls, temperatures should be comfortable. It's going to be a beautiful day, lots and lots of sunshine. Temperature at game time, 68, and by 8 o'clock, 63. So go out and give Willie Bull a big old wave. And they've got a homestand all the way through the holiday weekend. Here's a look at the wind gusts for today. Again, gusting it to about 20 miles per hour, starting to pick up a little bit as we get into the middle of the day. Here's a look at our current pattern. We have a low pressure system to our north and a high pressure system that's about to move over the area. The difference in pressure between the two creates strong wind, and that's why it was so windy yesterday. This high pressure system will build in today and stop the flow of the wind, but it's also helped to draw in some chilly air. So we're looking at sinking air, sunshine today, but chilly mornings and cool afternoons too. We take a look at our patchy frost potential for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow we're looking at upper 30s for Lewisburg, Roxborough, South Hill, around 40 in the Triangle, 38 in Sanford, 41 in Southern Pines. So it will be colder tomorrow morning. Our western counties, including Roxborough, Durham, Siler City, Sanford, Southern Pines, are all under a frost advisory for tomorrow morning. You can see here sort of the outline of where we can see frost, really looking like, just up near the Virginia line. Temperatures will start to warm up again as we get closer to the holiday weekend. That high pressure system sliding eastward will help to push the warm air back in. So we're looking at 81 degrees by Friday, and that holiday weekend will stay warm. 87 Saturday, and highs are in the 80s all the way through Tuesday. We'll talk more about what to expect for the holiday weekend at the coast coming up.
Elizabeth, thanks. Carter Finley concert announcement. When R&B superstar Chris Brown will be coming to Raleigh as part of his Stadium World Tour.
Lining up to help how a community of book lovers work together to move a store from one location to another.
A music icon is back for one final tour, and you can get some rare Star Wars memorabilia to celebrate May the 4th. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Wasn't it something? And I'm older than dirt, and they still seem to like what I do.
Barry Manilow is hitting the road one more time. The iconic singer-songwriter has announced a final run of North American concert dates beginning May 23rd in Pittsburgh. He's hardly retiring. Manilow has an ongoing Las Vegas residency that he'll return to after his arena tour.
Every year that you live, that world will get bigger and brighter.
The first full trailer is out for The Life of Chuck. Tom Hiddleston leads the cast of the drama based on a Stephen King novella. The Life of Chuck opens in theaters June 13th. Star Wars Day, May 4th, Heritage Auctions is putting some rare items on the block, such as a set of 12 factory-sealed minifigures and another figure set featuring Boba Fett, both of which could fetch 6 figures at auction. Other big items include a huge 24-sheet billboard poster from 1977 and Pedro Pascal's helmet from Season 1 of The Mandalorian. Bidders, may the 4th be with you, always. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Singer Chris Brown is making a stop in the Triangle later this year. He's bringing his Breezy Bowl 20 tour to Carter Finley Stadium this fall. It'll be October 14th. The visit is in part of his Stadium World Tour with special guests including Janae and Aiko, as well as Bryson Tiller.
Charlotte Douglas Airport is now the 6th busiest airport in the world. Airports Council International's 2024 preliminary rankings show the airport moved up a spot from last year. Charlotte Douglas also set a new all-time passenger record for the 5th time in 8 years. 58.8 million passengers traveled through the airport last year. That's up 10% from 53.4 in 2023. The airport ranks 23rd globally for passenger traffic.
Golden State Warriors are advancing into the NBA playoffs. They won a play-in game over the Memphis Grizzlies, and that means the Warriors have now earned the 7th seed in the West. They'll play the Houston Rockets in the first round. The Grizzlies have one more chance to get into the playoffs. They will have another play-in game against the winner of a game between Sacramento and Dallas. And the Orlando Magic are also moving into the playoffs, earning the 7th seed in the East with a play-in win over the Atlanta Hawks. Magic will play the Boston Celtics in the first round. The Hawks will now play either Chicago or Miami in the play-in game for the 8th seed.
Take a look at this. When a Michigan bookstore decided to move around the block, a community of book lovers showed up to help. About 300 people lined up to pass thousands of books, one at a time, down the line over to the new location. And they managed to get the job done in less than 2 hours. That is teamwork.
Cash App robbery, a thief's request for digital money, and why law enforcement says this makes it very easy to catch that criminal.
Arena redevelopment. How plans to expand the area around Lenovo Center may change because of concerns about safety of nearby high school students.
And we're right in the midst of a midweek cool down as we give you this live look in Chapel Hill this morning. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with a look ahead at the warm up coming our way for the Easter holiday weekend.